Good evening, welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now, March 16, 2026, the final battle, the historic battle between Israel and Lebanon, between Israel and Hezbollah. About to explode, about to blow up, everything from the border to the Litani River. And tonight, here we tell you all the details. On Military Strategies, guys, your likes, your comments, let's get started.
Very good evening, family. Welcome to Military Strategies. We're here. Oh my, the music. Okay. Calm down. Then you complain about the music. I actually like it. I really like this music thing a lot. Okay, that's enough. Calm down. Relax. Oh my, what's coming tonight? Military Strategies. It's just, oh my. Look at this video. This is the attack by Israel. On a bridge over the Litani River, used by the Radwan force to send terrorists to southern Lebanon. To scare the villagers, Druze, Christians, Muslims who are there, but above all, to launch rockets, drones against Israel. Tonight we have an exclusive for you. And why am I showing this photo? Why? Why exactly this photo? Because that bridge, this one right here that you're seeing, destroyed, which could no longer be used, has been rebuilt. That's what you're hearing. The bridge that Israel destroyed the other day, with great care and precision, it has been rebuilt. But the best part of all is when you discover who did it. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now. Thank you very much for being with us. It's a real pleasure. It's a real honor to be able to share from our window to the world what is happening, what is going on. It's tremendous. The latest news that we just found out tonight is that none other than Israel would be calling right now for reservists to report to the front. Nothing more, nothing less. The situation is that the great battle, the final battle for Hezbollah, this time will be real. It will be a genuine reality. Here we are going to give you key points, numbers, dates, approximate ones. We can't say which day, but approximate ones about how, when, in what way, and how far Israel is willing to go. Don't miss it here on Military Strategies. We're starting. There they are. What you see in the snowy background. Some people can likely imagine it. What is it? What is there? Snowy. Near Israel. Legend has it that in the time of the Crusades, when Sultan Saladin was facing his enemies. Those who were captured from the Crusaders were offered a cup with water, ice cold. The city of Say went to Oceanus, and what you're seeing back there, that snow, is the mountain that right now officially is not recognized unofficially. This is Israel, and those are Israeli planes crossing Syria on their way to Iran. Great stories, great battles. You see, today actually, while talking with someone from our community, we were discussing the topic of acre, how to say acre, whether it's Akko, acre, how it's pronounced. And I was telling our good friend, I said, look, all my life in Spain, we've known it as St. John of Acre. St. John of Acre in Acre, north of Haifa. There was a great battle during the time of the Crusades, including Richard the Lionheart, the English king, against Saladin. Many things happened, quite turbulent and difficult chapters for the history of great ancient civilizations. A little further north, there's Tyre, Sidon. Not long ago, some tombs were found there. This is amazing. Today I'm going to mix a lot of things. Today I'm totally paranoid. Call me crazy. Some time ago, some tombs were found near Sidon of Crusader knights, those who fought in the Crusades. Everything from the Litani River to Acre has always witnessed great battles. Since that great Christian army that conquered Antioch, that crossed the mountains of Turkey, the empire of that time, the Holy Roman Empire, many things have happened during that time. The Taurus Mountains to the south, right where Lebanon begins, where Turkey begins, in that area. The Saracens, Muslims, and others waged guerrilla warfare, attacked the enemy's logistics in the rear, ran away, and attacked again and again. Those war techniques, those military techniques, those military strategies have been used throughout the years. The difference is that now they are not Crusaders, nor are they Saracens. They are called Hezbollah. They are called the Israel Defense Forces. And on top of that, there's a guest actor called Unifil. We have enough to make a couple of movies. If not, we already have enough to make the whole novel. That bridge you saw, which we're seeing again now we're going to see it from the map. There it is. Unnamed project, that's what this map is called. Unnamed project, Litani Bridge. There we see it. This is the bridge from the explosion. This is the one that gets destroyed. It's a bridge used by Hezbollah to transport weapons, move personnel, and take them to the southern part of the country. It's not the only one. There are more than 10 or 11 bridges just in the eastern sector. Not far from Tyre, not far from Tyre. But why do they use that route? Why don't they go directly on the Tyre road, which is a wide main road with big avenues? Because Hezbollah's intention is to build a kind of Vietnam in this whole area you see here. Tunnels, ditches, trenches, places to hide, places to set up ambushes. The videos leave no room for doubt. Are you seeing it here? They are battle-hardened men who know the terrain and are willing to go all the way. With the pleasure of watching Israeli soldiers die. They have been trained by Iran, by Russia, by China. It's called the Radwan Force, Hezbollah's elite. Not even the Lebanese army dares to face them. armed with technologically advanced equipment. They were the ones prepared to carry out the operation. Wall of Jericho, that's what Israel called Hezbollah's October 7th plan. Today. Also, speaking of this program is going to be special, it's going to be different, it's going to be a story that we will go through together. This document was leaked today. It's in Arabic, don't worry, but take a look at the title. Palestinian Islamic Resistance Movement Hamas. And what do they say here? What does Hezbollah have to do with Hamas now, with Iran? Where does all this come from? What's the story behind this story? To His Eminence, Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei, may God protect him and guide his steps, Supreme Leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran. May the peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you, and greetings of resistance and jihad. After that, with a heart full of faith in God's power and trust in His victory and glory, the leadership of the Islamic resistance movement Hamas and all its mujahideen on the Palestinian front, they extend their sincerest congratulations to you for having received the great responsibility of being chosen as the Supreme Leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran. We continue reading. In your leadership, we see the continuation of the path of honor and steadfastness, and the guarantee that truth will continue to prevail against the forces of global arrogance. We remember with deep reverence the achievements of the martyr of Islam, the late Supreme Leader, who departed after a life full of struggle, steadfast in his fasting and effort, never yielding to the arrogance of the great Satan. He was undoubtedly the inspiring leader. He led the ranks of our powerful movement, our comfort, and that of the dear Iranian people. He presides in his martyrdom, facing the enemy without retreat, leaving behind an unbroken legacy. From the midst of the siege and the flames of confrontation, we affirm to His Eminence and to the whole world that the resistance in Gaza has neither died nor perished, and the resistance in Gaza has not been broken or weakened. It is the will of the Palestinian people, their deep resentment and their sacred hatred, forged in the fire of aggression. Our resistance today waits, observes, and prepares in silence and with pride, should the opportunity arise to strike the enemy. The world will witness their might and the unbreakable determination of their men who will know no retreat. The enemy state is destined for decline and defeat, no matter how long the wait. Video: the secret letter from Hamas to Mojtaba. A letter in which they talk about a source of inspiration for the Al-Aqsa flood. A letter in which they clearly say that they are waiting for the moment to do it again. Family, we're live now on military strategies.
9 Qasim.
He won't give us his likes, but I hope you will, because of what we're going to tell you tonight. What's coming in Lebanon is the mother of all battles. Here we see it, 9K. The leader who didn't want to be a leader, the leader who had no other choice because there was no one left to become the leader. Grandpa Qasim. Before him, Safieddin, a leader who lasted only hours.
Horas.
Before him, Hassan Nasrallah, a leader who lasted years. Years in which Israel had different opportunities to take him out, but didn't do so until the right moment came. A moment that left Hezbollah at the worst point in its history, but once again it managed to escape being completely destroyed. Year 2024. The second to last war in Lebanon, and I say second to last because the last one, the final battle, has begun. That's right. That's right. This is incredible. It's incredible. Family, the information we're bringing tonight
Es de locos.
is really crazy. During the famous truce of 2024 up until this date, 2026, Hezbollah has prepared thoroughly. It has recovered the losses from the pagers. They have new cubs. With a thirst for blood, they have received weapons. And they are strong again, very strong. All based on what you see there. The Shiite fatwas, the Quran, and their blind faith in jihad in the destruction of Israel. Let's see what's going to happen there. Israel just today announced that they were expecting an attack at any moment from Hezbollah. Very big. We are waiting for, like the other day, waves of missiles to start raining down on the north and center of the country. Hezbollah did it recently. This is their video. They attacked Haifa. They attacked the heart of the north. With precision missiles, they wanted to cause a real massacre. With the red flag, the flag of vengeance, the flag of jihad, the flag that means no surrender. Launching from their hidden missile silos, medium-range missiles. Very lethal. The map is terrifying. Terrifying. One of those missiles reached the south of Jerusalem and destroyed a civilian satellite communications center. We must not underestimate them. They know exactly what they're doing. But be careful, because just last night, Hezbollah tested a new toy, a new weapon. Pay attention to what you're about to see here on military strategies. What we have prepared for you, take a look at this. Look at what you just saw. Let's enlarge it. Hezbollah also has cluster munitions. The famous cluster munitions that are now being popularized by Iran in its attacks. Well, look. Hezbollah's. It can even be more lethal. Much more lethal than Iran's, and that's what they've shown in the last few hours, that they're more lethal than Iran itself. This is amazing, family. Amazing. But Israel, what has it done? What does it say? What does it report? What this? Hezbollah's hours are numbered. The clock has started counting down. Lebanon has a unique opportunity to be liberated. To achieve this, Israel may even go so far as to coordinate with the government of Lebanon and explain to them that they are not able to free themselves from Hezbollah, and that Israel is going to do it. That's how things are right now. A couple of shows ago, I said that around 200,000 soldiers were going to be called up from the reserves. 200,000, I underestimated it. I underestimated it. The latest estimate, the most recent numbers that I was given just tonight. Thank you very much. They fall way short. Thank you for the video. Way, way short. I insist, extremely short. The plan that Israel has is much more complex and ambitious than we could have ever even imagined. The destruction of that first bridge over the Litani River is only the beginning, a small test. As I said, there are many more. Narrow little paths, places where troops can pass, bunkers hidden in the Litani River valley, sheltered by these very narrow and difficult slopes. I was talking and saying that a border was going to be established along the Litani River. That Tyre obviously was going to be taken by the forces of Israel, and that this was going to be the beginning of the end for Hezbollah. Well, be careful with this. Israel at this moment is planning an operation of invasion beyond the Litani River. Tremendous, absolutely tremendous beyond the Litani River. Beyond the river, this was the border of the Litani River. Well, now we would go much further up, much further up. We would go to this. The new line, the new wall. You can see it there. Distance from one end to the other. "49 kilometers. Approximate number of troops. More than 400,000. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. It was leaked a while ago that authorization will be requested to call up more than 400,000 reservists. More than 400,000 reservists. I'm speechless because we don't realize how serious the situation is. And why? 400,000. What do you do with 400,000? Obviously, you don't send all 400,000 into combat. But let's draw now. Let's make a drawing so people can see it. Highlighting what the border with Lebanon is approximately. I'm painting like this just roughly to show the terrain. Of course, you say 400,000, what do you want? Do you want to reach Beirut? What good does it do you? 400,000, that amount is useful for doing many things. Not everything, obviously. But yes, many things. I'm going to paint the current border of Israel in blue. A thick blue, there it is. So that people can see it. We're talking about taking everything between the first blue line, this one we see here, up to that blue line. Everything that's there, all that gap. Everything, nearly to the south of Sidon. More than 400,000, more than 400,000. It allows you to have a secured logistics line defended 24/7. It allows you to refresh your troops. It allows you to advance quickly. It allows you to overrun the enemy. We remember the ratio that there are always 3 attackers for every defender. That's a rule. More than 0.000 is in peace in almost all modern wars, or what we've been finding in the latest conflicts, right? 3 attackers per defender. Thanks. The ideal number would be 100,000 Hezbollah men approximately against 400,000 from Israel. Can Israel afford that operation? They can afford it with a lot of sacrifice in other civilian sectors of society, but not for very long. So the operation has to be very, very quick. Very quick. It has to be an operation that gives the enemy no respite. From the moment it begins. Here we see operators from the Radwan force launching drones this very week, hidden in the forests. Look at how basic those rudimentary drones are. Notice they're assembled right there. Hezbollah's drones have nothing to do with the Shahed, nothing to do with that story. They're drones meant to be carried in backpacks. They're set up in the field. They're assembled in the field. The only way to put an end to this? Notice that they're held together with tape. The battery is connected right there. The only way to put an end to this is by taking that whole line look, see how it's going to take off. It has a pyrotechnic booster right underneath, which acts like a rocket to propel it. Then once it's in the air, it separates and keeps going. The propeller. The propeller doesn't have enough power to take off because there's no runway. So what they do is point it upwards with a small pyrotechnic rocket. A firework propels it upwards. It's the charge that's right underneath, in there. It has a kind of sort of built-in delay timer. The battery is connected to it because it runs on battery. You see, when he pulls from there, he's already pulled the ring, and now what he's going to do, and they move away, is because the countdown to launch it has started. Well, these types of drones, which are really cheap, what you're seeing there is made with 3D printers. They can make them themselves. They don't even have to bring it from Iran. They don't even have to bring it from there. Those drones we're seeing. Imagine any morning, a year, 2 years, or a few months from now, when suddenly it's 7 in the morning. In Israel, missiles start raining down everywhere. Missiles in Jerusalem, in Gush Dan, Beit Shemesh, Ashdod, Haifa, Acre, Metula, Kiryat Shmona, in all those places. Imagine that. Imagine that story on a morning, launching hundreds of these at the same time, like on October 7th. Israel has no other option. Negotiation doesn't work, negotiation with Lebanon. And this thing we've been seeing in the last few hours about, are we going to try to negotiate, or will there be direct negotiations between Lebanon and Israel? Is it simply to put limits on the operation? How far will Israel go to put an end to Hezbollah? Obviously, it's not going to go all the way to Beirut. That's not the intention for the tanks to reach Beirut. But be careful, it wouldn't be the first time tanks have seen Beirut, from Beirut. Their artillery sites can see it. It's not the first time, but Israel's intention is to create a wall like Hadrian's Wall, the Great Wall of China, to protect itself from Hezbollah, to cut off this entire valley. and remove all Hezbollah from this area. What will happen to the civilians? I don't know. I'm not sure what will happen to the civilian population. Isn't some kind of zone going to be set up? An Israeli protectorate or security zone for quite a while, a significant amount of time until Israel manages to clear out all tunnels, infrastructure, bunkers, and underground facilities. Then to hand over, it doesn't mean at all that it's going to be quick. In time to hand over and allow the arrival. The Lebanese army. Look at this, March 10th, 6 days ago. What we're going to see now is one of Hezbollah's attacks. So we can understand a bit about their mentality and why that separation line is necessary. And we see the photo of Khamenei. We see rockets mounted on a multiple rocket launcher. I think they could be 105mm rockets. And they are launched or 122mm. Look, of course, what is the range of this? What is its range? 52 kilometers. 52 kilometers? It's just that the only way to protect the north is to push all these people back more than 50 kilometers. It's not nonsense. Look, the numbers are right there. From the blue line we've drawn in the north to the border with Israel, 46 kilometers. Even with that line we just drew, would they still be able to launch rockets at Metula easily? The difference is that the inhabitants of Metula won't have 5 seconds to get into a shelter, which is impossible. They will be given more time. It will be possible to safely install anti-aircraft systems so that they are not destroyed by anti-tank weapons. Because Hezbollah is using weapons with a range of 10 kilometers to destroy Iron Dome systems that are located on the Lebanese border. And that happened during 2024. There are many reasons, and important ones besides security, which are justifiable because Israel has to advance throughout the valley, toward the north. Have a deeper understanding that they started arriving this week. People are coming to the northern area. But let's get back to the bridge. The bridge of discord. Bridge. Who has repaired the bridge? Unifil is now not only content with looking the other way, but is also starting to repair bridges. Opinions. What do you think right now? Fam, what's your opinion about this? What's going to happen now? We're going to see Unifil repairing bridges? We're going to see a situation incredible, totally crazy. Well, it seems so. It really seems so. Let's go to your comments right now, live here on Military Strategies. Thank you for leaving your super chat. We have video from Iran. You can't miss it. You can't miss tonight's videos from Iran. We have a funeral. We have a funeral. What's happening with UNIFIL is tremendous. What's happening with UNIFIL is tremendous. Repairing the bridges for Hezbollah. How do you explain it? Fade to black? Will something happen with one of these? By the way, these are current images from Gaza, not destroyed.
We are going to be the city of peace. UNIFIL.
The new Hamas recruits. Minister Alvarez says he will continue sending money to UNRWA. And surely some meal bought with Spanish money will end up there? This isn't over. What's happening in Gaza isn't over. I was there the other day, actually right at the fence. I don't know how no one showed up since I was there at the fence. And I was also thinking, like, be careful, what if a drone shows up and we end up having a problem? I guess they already knew who I am. This is far from over. What's happening in Gaza is over. In fact, that statement we showed, the sinister statement, clearly shows us what their intentions are. But 100%, what are Hamas's intentions in this story? By the way, Iran has once again said that the ports must be evacuated tonight. The ones from the United Arab Emirates, what? They should evacuate the facilities and ports, since Americans are there and will be attacked. And also, I find it quite strange that it's 1:31 in Israel and Iran hasn't launched any attack. It seems very strange to me. I'll just leave it at that. The IDF has also said that an attack from Hezbollah is expected. Has anyone overdone it with the jacuzzi in Lebanon? In the Sidon area, someone has a leak in their bedroom and is losing water. Please, send a plumber, someone up there, someone who specializes in leaks, because someone is losing water if they're on an upper floor. Here, things keep going at their own pace. Iran, Lebanon, Lebanon, Iran. It's crazy. By the way, the nonsense that the gutter press published tonight about the Abraham Lincoln and the Gerald Ford withdrawing is a lie. Pay attention to what Donald Trump is saying tonight. Tremendous, huh? I'll read you the headline. President Donald Trump warns NATO that it faces a very bad future if its allies don't help the United States. In Iran, NATO in danger. The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Steinmeier, will address the nation to talk about the war with Iran. Today at dawn. Trump, extremely angry. By the way, how was the funeral of Shankani, the headless man? Do you remember the movie Sleepy Hollow? Do you remember that movie Sleepy Hollow? No. I'm going to show you a picture of Shankani. Let me find one where he has a head. Excuse me, it's just that I want to find one that's good quality. Shankani is a survivor of the 12-Day War. He survived the 12-Day War. Look, I think this photo is fine. Here, he still had his head. Let's see, I'm looking for it, okay? There it is, there it is. This one, it's fine. Okay, 1 second, fam. Let's put up a photo of Shankani so you can see him. Let's see. Mr. Shankani. Here he was younger. Obviously in this photo he was much younger. Shankani, I insist, survivor of the 12-day war. Israel left him shivering with a cane. Israel left him in a situation but complicated for Shankani. That Shankani we used to see, so talkative, advisor to the Ayatollah. He was left with the cane first. And in the end he turned into Sleepy Hollow. The headless horseman. Literally the headless horseman. How was Shankani's funeral? There have been very emotional images, moments of high intensity, and a lot of love shared. First of all, before I play this, I want to say, as I always do, 2 things. We do not promote violence of any kind. This is a content, news, documentary, and educational channel that tries to tell history and news in a different way. And we wish for peace in the world, for us to be visited by aliens, and for everyone to find their head if they ever lose it. For there to be peace and love, and for all of us to sit together by a teepee and smoke the peace pipe. Great proposals from this channel. But reality is not a utopia. Shankani's funeral. Chibise. Thank you.
Pen.
I don't think any comments are necessary. What I liked the most was the fountain. I like the fountain. I don't know about you, but I like the fountain. Listen. There will be fish. In the fountain, there will be fish. Let's see. What was this called? There was something that amazed me in my free time before all of this. Huh? There was a game which you'll recognize right away as soon as you see the picture. Where's Waldo? Well, so now... the title would be... Where's Shankani's head? Let's see where it is. Let's see where it is. Greetings to the Shankani family. My deepest condolences. We share in your grief and all those things. Get well soon. Get well soon, Shankani. Especially for all the victims of Shankani, who are surely resting a little better now, knowing that he is on the other side.
By the way,
amazing video. This has nothing to do with that. It's to relax. I don't know. It's just that after watching a funeral, our channel goes down the drain. The rating drops completely. Look, what a beautiful thing. Forget about the war. It doesn't exist. Today, someone on Twitter, a young lady, I don't know if she's here, asked me, what will you do when the war is over? Or what are you going to talk about? When the war is over, I told her, when the war is over, I'm going to rest. And I want to see that. I mean, Military Strategies wants to see this.
Look, that...
Impressive. Alaska.
What an aurora borealis.
It's green. Don't come at me saying this does it. Never. No, no, no.
What an amazing video. Yep. That's crazy. It's incredible, huh? It's incredible.
Seriously, guys, when the war is over, I promise we'll stream from one of these weird places. And we'll leave the whole war topic behind and everything. Oh my God, Shankani. Are there additional funeral videos? Not me. That wasn't my intention. A Sunday night is Sunday, right? Well, actually, it's already Monday. On a Sunday night, showing funerals and things like that, but... Look for Shankani. It's intense, huh? Notice that just a month ago, the people who were burying or trying to bury their dead were protesters. They were protesters. Now look, just a month later, huh? How has the story changed? Now, it's not protesters being buried. It's some of the people who executed protesters being buried. Well, Donald Trump said it. Help is on the way. One way or another, help is on the way. The funerals honestly have been like a kind of parade. Funerals in Iran are very colorful. I used to think that funerals in New Orleans were the most colorful in the world, but no. What's going on? I don't know. Parkour. How could we forget about parkour? Let's go with that last name. He was doing parkour that day in 40 seconds, everyone.
Borubara, 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 let's go, let's go.
There.
Wiping it down. Oh, Hossein.
They say, Borubara, Borubara.
Oh my God. This is interesting. These people use a truck to launch rockets or to carry coffins. Look, the truth is we missed the show about this. We missed the big funeral show because, of course, as we were seeing over there, stories and all that. Besides, that day I was horribly tired. We couldn't make the most of this, but I'm watching it right now. Let's see. Kids, go to bed. Family, put your kids to bed. Last night I dreamed about Donald Trump. That alone tells you everything. Kids, go to bed. Let's see. Well, about Barbar, you already know what Barbar America is. You also know what Barbar Israel is, and you also know what it is not.
Barbar Israel.
I like, as they say, Israel, Barbar Israel.
Barbar Israel, Barbar Israel.
Well, that's Barbar. To the infidels now.
Yossi.
Tremendous, huh? Let's see. Hey, this one is emotional. Let's see. Let's look for emotional music. 1 second. Huh? We can't play their music. Let's try not to take away the effect. 1 second, family, huh? We're here. I'll stay to watch. This one might not work, but I think it does. Let's see. Let's see. Goodbye, goodbye. Have a good trip. Oh, how exciting, huh? I'm excited already. Emotional moment on the channel. But don't worry, if Khamenei could resurrect, they haven't buried him because they're waiting for him to come back to life. By the way, there's new gossip going around, though I don't know if it's true. They say they've taken Moshtaba to Moscow. We don't know if it's for treatment, that he had in London, or a new one. Man, there have been funerals everywhere. Poor things, right? For a reason, but still, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. Music, stop the music, stop, stop, stop. However, things in the United Kingdom have been a bit different, right? Let's see what happened in the United Kingdom. The funeral in the UK was experienced differently. That's just how it is.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe it.
The world, I really think it's going to end. I wasn't expecting this, huh? Me, this I wasn't expecting this.
Son of a bitch.
Of course, the question is, or the question we can ask ourselves here is, when are they going to come out and talk about Moshtaba? Which is incredible. The frame is amazing, huh? Let's see. Sorry, the image quality is like this. Iranian TV. There were a lot of people. Look, how many people were at the funerals? I mean, what happened with Nasrallah is nothing in comparison. Look, 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 look. How many people? The masses in the streets crying over the death. Look, there's one beating his chest. There's one.
There's one we have.
One. This is really good, huh? This is really good. And the police cars to control the crowds. It's just that people aren't here. I can't believe it. Not a single soul showed up. I'm starting to wonder, why do we have to believe some things and not others? I mean, why do we have to believe AI videos from one side and not from the other? It's really shocking. They've even released a video of Bibi's supposed funeral. The best part is the guy walking around alone, hitting himself. It's crazy. This is crazy. Well, that's enough about death and misfortunes and so on. Come on, we're going to fall asleep.
Trap.
Did you see that yesterday we attacked Karg Island? Everything but the holoducks. If they can't stop us, we can attack in 5 minutes. Trump is mad at Karg Island. Trump, can I postpone my trip to China until the end of this month? And isn't Beijing helping to unblock the Strait of Hormuz? I don't know if this is true or not.
Putin.
The United States attacked an Iranian facility in Bushehr where there were Russian scientists. They managed to escape injured. We have filed a formal complaint. What were Russian scientists doing in Bushehr? Maybe they were, and I mean maybe they were, in that place we saw last night. The underwater facility. What were the Russians doing there? No one knows. No one knows. By the way, the world is full of crazy people. Look at what a beautiful image of father and daughter. What a video. How much love comes from this. Attention. Let's see if you know who it is. An image where rockets are being launched and a guy suddenly appears. Yes, it's Rocket Man. The dictator of North Korea has taken his daughter to watch the launches of these missiles against an islet. North Korea is starving, but there's Kim Jong-un launching rockets, Rocket Man. His daughter is thrilled, saying, "Great job, Dad, keep launching them." Well, the video is really good, huh? Did you know that a large part of Iran's missile technology comes from North Korea? Many of the tunnels built in Lebanon are made by North Korean engineers. Did you know that there are tunnels in North Korea that go through to South Korea and could move a tank division in a matter of hours? Gigantic tunnels, my goodness. The drone about to be shot down. Well, they were testing multiple launches around there. This is similar to the Soviet Uragan system. There you see the islet. That one has more holes now. I don't know how it's still standing since they shoot at that spot every week. I don't know what the islet did to Rocket Man, but it's incredible. And the daughter just watching saying, "Oh my, Dad, when it's my turn to handle things." This is wonderful, wonderful, fantastic. When is this war going to end? When is this story going to end? When will there be peace for once in the history of humanity? In Israel? When? I think that's a good question. It's something that all of us might end up asking ourselves. I don't know if we'll see it or if the next generation will. But it's complicated. Tehran. Anti-aircraft cannons, huh? Anti-aircraft fire. They keep firing anti-aircraft cannons. I'm still surprised anyone would operate one, knowing what will happen to them. Sylvia, welcome. A hug. Sylvia Maria, welcome. Nuri, thank you so much. Ivan, thank you so much. Juanfra, thank you so much. Everything counts. Hernandez, blessing, strategy. Thank you for your efforts. Take care and regards, Ariel. Ariel, maybe I'll see tomorrow. I was supposed to see Ariel days ago, but we still haven't met. Let's see if we can get some ice cream. Let's see if we check out more. By the way, did you ask if I'll talk about Cuba? I think so, because right now, don't laugh. This is serious. Things are calm. When I came to Israel, I came with solar panels. Seriously, this is not a joke. I came with solar panels. In case the electricity went out, I came with Starlink. In case we didn't have internet, in case there was a total failure of the connectivity system in Israel, I was ready for the end of the world. The last human being who would be left broadcasting to the world what was happening was going to be this channel. Seriously, a mega solar panel in the suitcase to charge devices? I'm about to give it away. Literally. Some are claiming Netanyahu died. Is that true? I have... Today I've been bad. On Twitter, for a few days now, I've been a little bit rebellious. I posted a picture that's made with artificial intelligence. Let's put it here. Let's write it down. AI image A. Let's put it up for a second. AI image. Did you ask me if Bibi is alive or dead? Bye. I have a photo. Bye. Mocha is walking around looking for where Bibi is. Where is Bibi? Who could possibly think that? I say, is this for real? That Iran is going to launch a missile at the place where Netanyahu is? Ex-cite. Ex. And since the missile is coming from Iran to Israel, aren't they going to take Netanyahu to a secure location? Who would even think of that? How does an event of that magnitude happen? How is that possible? Well, here you go, people.
Do you know what you asked me? Didn't you say online the lawyer died?
And he was dying for a coffee?
How do you become someone of magnitude?
And you can see, he says. I have 5 fingers here, he says. 5 fingers on this hand.
He says
5 on this one. Also, he's just awesome. But it's been funny because he spent like 2 or 3 days not going out after the video. I mean, Bibi likes to play with this. Bibi likes to play with this.
Where were you, female? And you? Do you have a message for people who leave the police? I leave the police, but near a protected area.
He looks tired, huh? See the bags under his eyes. Is that stress too?
Your lives are incredible. I mean...
If they haven't done anything with her, they could have at least given her fewer bags under her eyes.
It strengthens the administration, prosecutor's office, and assembly. We do things that, as he says...
Everyone, including the army and Mossad, is doing this well. Strategies? I'll play Bibi's video since I know progressives love it. Let's see. They say, I don't know if you recall, but we were already in Lebanon and eventually had to withdraw due to public opinion from the West to end another war. Just like that, the heights of Sinai. Sorry for my negativity. Greetings from Versibal. No, Dan, it's normal to think that way, okay? But notice the difference that in 2024 it was Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris. He leaked to the press that Israel at 7 in the morning at 7:01 was going to launch an assault against Lebanon. They were only staying for one morning. I mean, just realize the kind of people who were in the White House with Joe Biden at the head, in which in 2024, just hours before launching a super dangerous operation, inside Lebanon, Kamala Harris leaks to the press that Israel is going to launch an operation at 7 o'clock in the morning. They said they'd only stay in Lebanon for 24 hours before leaving. Kamala was wrong. They didn't leave in 24 hours, but she was right about when the operation began. That's not going to happen now. That's not going to happen now. Happen. Now, there's Donald Trump who's going to give Israel the green light to do whatever it wants in Lebanon. It's logical. Donald Trump said Israel's operations in Lebanon are beyond his control and he can't do anything about it. That's because it's already been discussed. It's already been discussed. It doesn't make sense to take out Iran, which is 2,000 kilometers away, and not take out Hezbollah, which is 1 kilometer from your border, or right on the border. It just doesn't make any sense. It has no logic at all. But yeah, I get why you're being negative. Yeah, well, I hope so. Hernandez, thank you very much, my friend. Take care. Let's put on some music. This way, we make things livelier, since the chat is really quiet with so many funerals. Family, where are you connecting from tonight? Tell us a bit. Where are you visiting us from here at Military Strategies, since we're live, family? Lebanon. A completely different scenario, as you can see. Hills, bushes, vegetation, snipers everywhere. A tough threat, a tough battle. Thank you, Lovely. Greetings to Military Strategies, Zing, Willow, and collaborators. I like that, collaborators. I appreciate you keeping the information up to date, Military Strategies. What did Spain's Ministry of Foreign Affairs say? Nothing. They know nothing. Is the Spanish government's anti-Semitism really that strong? Yes, absolutely. They even refused to send a plane to evacuate Spaniards from Israel. Manu, blessed Israel, the IDF and Military Strategies. I'm just a messenger. Carmen, good afternoon. Military Strategies. The only thing left is to attack the enemy by land. They just want time to have the percentage of their product ready. That it was war, huh? Military Strategies. Without a ground invasion, Iran's regime can't be defeated. There are tens of thousands of revolutionary war fanatics and over 30 years of preparation. The unarmed population can't do anything, right? That's why I believe they'll enter by land, right? I think they're going to go in. I think it's going to happen, that they're going to go in by land. But, well, we'll see. Let's see. What happens? What goes on over there? Possibly yes, huh? A ground operation to capture Tehran or another place, which I'm not going to say. Marco, thank you very much, my friend Dan. I can't understand if Trump withdrew from the UN. How did the institution stay open if the United States mainly funds Nest of Vipers with turbans? I have no idea. Maybe they'll shut it down eventually. Sarah, greetings. Thank you very much, Sarah. 50 memberships from Andrea Villar. 20 from Marcelo. Thank you very much, Pastor Ram. And Madeline Ray. Thank you very much. I think we've got them all, right? Awesome. Awesome. According to Can News, wow, they just published this. The Israeli government could soon approve a major mobilization of reservists, up to 450,000. Meanwhile, the armed forces are preparing for a possible ground operation in Lebanon. The request comes from the Israel Defense Forces and the defense establishment. The government and the Knesset's Foreign Affairs and Defense Committee are expected to review it. Currently, the authorized limit for reservist mobilization is 260,000 personnel set in January to support ongoing military operations. From 260 to 450, 260 to 450. Oh my goodness, oh my. Oh my goodness. Good luck to everyone, good luck to everyone. And let's pray for each one of them so that Israel doesn't have to live through nights like this anymore.
I'm going to make a film for him.
So that this never happens again, so that sirens don't sound anymore, so that people don't have to go to shelters, so that children don't have to run out of the parks, so that schools and hospitals are not bombed anymore, so that there are no more victims on either side. The final battle must take place. Fam. That's life, that's war. War is the end of diplomacy. For a long time, the United Nations, countries, Israel, and the United States have tried. But Lebanon is held hostage by an organization financed, trained, and created in the image and likeness of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, Hezbollah and Amal. Two groups surrounded by other groups that have something in common, and it's not a small thing. They want to destroy the free world, which is called Israel. Family, thank you so much for joining us live here. On Military Strategies, please leave your likes, your comments. We're on our way to 500,000, and that's going to be thanks to you. If you enjoyed this live stream, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and we'll see you in the next program here on Military Strategies. Family, thank you so much. It's an honor. We might go live again at any moment. Have a great night.